Hello, in this video I am going to explain material science which comes under module 5 of engineering physics prescribed by VTU. Here I am going to discuss the following points, that is different polarization mechanisms, internal fields in a dielectric material, Clausius-Mosotty relation, solid, liquid and gaseous dielectrics, applications of dielectrics in transformers. Different polarization mechanisms. There are four mechanisms: electronic polarization, ionic polarization, orientation polarization, and space charge polarization. When we look at electronic polarization, these are generally seen in the case of covalent compounds. When a covalent compound is placed in electric field, displacement of electron cloud takes place relative to the nucleus. This displacement creates a dipole which develops dipole moment. The electronic polarizability alpha E is equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r minus 1 divided by n, where n is number of dipoles per unit volume. It is independent of temperature. Ionic polarization. This is exhibited by ionic compounds. When ionic compounds are kept in an electric field, displacement of positive and negative ions occurs, developing a dipole moment. Ionic polarizability alpha I is equal to epsilon 0 into epsilon r minus 1 divided by n into I. Orientation polarization. Polar molecules exhibit this mechanism. When polar molecules are kept in an electric field, already existing dipoles tend to align in the direction of applied electric field. This increases the dipole moment. The orientation polarization alpha 0 is equal to mu square by kt. Space charge polarization. This polarization exists in materials possessing different phases due to difference in temperatures. In such materials, charge carriers drift and accommodate in certain regions of higher conductivity, causing dipole moment. It occurs in ferrites and semiconductors. Its magnitude is very small compared to other mechanisms. Now let us discuss about what is internal fields in a dielectric material. It is the resultant of the applied field and the field produced due to all the dipoles. Now consider a dielectric material kept in a electric field, that is EA. So EA is the strength of the applied field, and in this picture you can look at dipoles which are kept at a distance small d. So here in the picture O is a dipole atom, A1, A2 and B1, B2 are the dipoles, and here we are going to determine the internal fields. Next, the dipole is assumed to be in a one-dimensional array and are oriented in the same direction. The electric field at O due to dipole A1 is given by EA1 is equal to mu cos theta by 2 pi epsilon dq plus mu sin theta by 4 pi epsilon dq. So if you simplify this, that will be equal to mu by 2 pi epsilon dq by taking theta is equal to 0. The electric field at O due to A2 is given by EA2 is equal to mu by 2 pi epsilon dq. Similarly, the electric field at O due to A1 and A2 is EA1A2 is equal to mu by pi epsilon dq, that is considered as E1, and the electric field at O due to B1 and B2 is equal to mu by pi epsilon into 2d whole cube, that is taken as E2. The resultant field due to n dipoles is given by ER, that is equal to E1 plus E2 plus E3 etc. So after simplification, the internal electric field EI is equal to EA plus 1.2 mu by pi epsilon d cube. Here mu is equal to alpha into epsilon E0. In three-dimensional case, the value could be replaced by n, the number of atoms per unit volume. So here 1.2 divided into mu by a constant mu which depends on the crystal structure. Clausius-Mosatti equation or Clausius-Mosatti relation. This expression relates dielectric constant of an insulator epsilon to the polarization of individual atoms. So the expression is epsilon r minus 1 divided by epsilon r plus 2 is equal to n alpha by 3 epsilon 0. This is the Clausius-Mosatti relation. Here n is the number of atoms per unit volume, alpha is the polarizability of the atom, and epsilon r is the relative permittivity of the medium, and epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space. Now let us take the proof part. If there are n atoms per unit volume, the electric dipole moment per unit volume is given by P is equal to n alpha E. By the definition of polarization P, it can be shown that P is equal to epsilon 0 into E into epsilon r minus 1. So finally epsilon r is equal to 1 plus n alpha into Ei by epsilon naught into E, that is considered as equation number 1. Next, we have to arrive at different equations here, and finally the value of Clausius-Mosatti relation, that is epsilon r minus 1 divided by epsilon r plus 2 is equal to n alpha by 3 epsilon 0 will be derived. Now let us look at different types of dielectrics. So in case of solid dielectrics, we come across molding materials, jacketing materials, and then in case of liquid dielectrics, we come across insulating oils, which are used in power and instrument transformers, power cables, circuit breakers, etc. And in gaseous dielectrics, by applying a sensible electric field, the dielectric gases can be polarized, and a dielectric gas is also considered as a insulating gas. And if we look at applications of dielectrics in transformer, in the case of insulating oil, the ability of the oil to oppose the flow of current is determined by tests which shows its dielectric strength. Next, in liquid filled transformers, dielectric fluid is used to cool the windings and provide optimal performance. From the bottom of the tank, where the dielectric fluid is at its lowest or bottom temperature, the fluid flows vertically up the winding ducts and is heated by the windings. At the top of the tank, where the fluid is at its highest or top oil temperature, it exits the main tank and enters a series of radiators or cooling fins. It then flows downwards through the radiators, where it is cooled and re-enters the main tank at the bottom. In self-cooled transformers, this cycle is governed naturally by convection. Natural convection can also be assisted by a series of fans directing air against the radiators, increasing the rate of heat transfer and subsequent rate of cooling in the windings. In some large power transformers, it is also possible to have a level of forced oil circulation where a pump assists in the circulation of the fluid. This generally provides a lower top oil temperature and more uniform temperatures within the windings. Mixture of polychlorinated biphenyls used as a transformer dielectric fluid because of their non-flammable